Hello, my mouse friends. I was going to say something and I've completely forgotten what it was. All right, well, mouse, of course, is an earth creature. And here we go. Detail-oriented, small-minded, nitpicky, nervous. The mouse has an innate desire to tend to the details. It often spends its days fixing, preparing, organizing, and scrutinizing. Sounds a bit like OCD. Unfortunately, a mouse personality doesn't notice when they've gone too far. Soon they begin to have a limited and fearful vision of life and try to control every detail. This can be quite a painful experience for both the mouse and those around them. When mouse energy is at play, step back for a moment. It may be a time to find a more purposeful project to delve into, one that's worthy of your exacting eye. When in balance, organized, resourceful, prepared. When out of balance, busy with no purpose. To bring into balance, a meaningful project. All right. So you have a lot of wonderful skills, wonderful talents, and you're not using them to your best benefit. All right. Now then, the next thing that you need to know is your tea leaf cards. So for Cain, we have pay attention to your health and dealings or relationship with a woman. Okay. I forgot to get that out of the way. Bird flying, news is on the way, bird perched, waiting for news, package, letter. Sorry about that. So, I don't know whether the news is about your health or about this person. But then we have someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. And compliments from an admirer. Under the circumstances, I would be very suspicious of these compliments or this admirer, so-called admirer. But maybe you already know that. Then, you did get a bonus card. Spiritual guidance, protection from harm. This is the angel card, so you are being protected. Spiritual guidance is available to you. Don't do what feels wrong right now. But make sure you differentiate between something that feels uncomfortable because it's different and something that genuinely feels wrong. There is a difference. Okay, let's see. I feel like going with, which tarot deck do I want to go with? That's not tarot. Well, I guess we'll go with the panda. I just kept seeing something light. I could go with my white sage one, but I'm not sure where it is right now. Oh, there it is. But we're already on this one, so never mind. Well, this is good. We have, well, sort of good. We have Judgment, which is in reverse. That's the not good part. We have the Eight of Swords, which is in reverse. And that is the good part. Oh, wow. We also have Justice. And the Page of Wands. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. All right. All right. We have the Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Two of Swords, Justice. So, quite simply, this is a mismatch. A page and a queen are not a match. Obviously, well, it could just be indicating a large age gap, but you have to consider that that large an age gap also creates experience and wisdom gaps. And although a big maturity gap can be closed, at least somewhat. The less mature person in the partnership will generally need more time and space. A lot more time and space. If it's any kind of a connection. Sorry, I shouldn't say partnership. We have Two of Swords, stagnations, nothing happening, not really surprising. Justice and Judgment. So, there is a call for accountability, for balance. There may not be balance with this gap. And Judgment, came out with the page row. So I'm going to, I think the page has had a calling to become more, but they are resisting it. They are perhaps on the verge of not resisting it so much because the Eight of Swords is there in reverse. The Eight of Swords in the upright especially refers to the deck is closed, so we might as well do this. So the Eight of Swords in reverse refers to opening up your mind, to seeing that the things that you've been believing in are nothing more than societal programming, familial programming, cultural programming, religious programming, and changeable. They are not fixed, they are not set in stone, they are not rules or laws of the universe. They are things that people choose to believe in, choose to live their lives by. And you could continue living your lives that way if you want to, but you have a choice. That's what the Eight of Swords is telling you. You have a choice. You don't have to stand there and... Here it is. You don't have to stand there and beat your hands on the bars and scream and yell and cry. You can just walk out the door, down the stairs, and live your life. So, the Eight of Swords is telling you in reverse, or is saying that this person, whoever they may be, is at least beginning to be aware that they are allowing themselves to be caged in by things that aren't real. That their imprisonment is entirely mental, and they have control over whether or not they stay there. Now, the Queen of Wands row. We have Justice in the upright. So the recognition of a need for balance, fairness, doing what is right, concern with ethics and morality, but also the Two of Swords, stagnation. So perhaps this Queen of Swords has been unwilling to move, to change, to do something. Let's see what the universe has to say. The Panda deck is closed, so I can't get any more from that anyway. Here we go. What does the universe want to say to you? First card out. Messenger. Interesting. There's those birds, the tea leaf cards about messages, messengers. Careful planning. Planning a trip, a vacation, or simply planning on changing your life, perhaps? But then we also have a third party, red herring, misleading information, but also the snake, deception, jealousy, betrayal, backstabbing, toxic, silent treatment, seduction, sexuality, counterproductive. So definitely a lot of issues in this connection. And getting away from it all kind of sounds like a good idea. Crossroads. Once again, we have this communication. So, weighing the options, making a choice. Communication. Perhaps an invitation to an event, perhaps a date, perhaps playing the field. Something extraordinary happening. Perhaps a challenge to religion. I've referenced religious programming. This is a very confusing one. This row. A big break, a turning point, once in a lifetime. And then we have religion, dogma, family values, belief system, collective consciousness, all those Eight of Swords things right there in that card. And then we have yes, sun, energy, power, pride, radiant success. In tarot, of course, the sun is a card of happiness. It is a card of brief happiness, though, fleeting happiness. Possibly mania. Although that kind of comes from my Chinese medicine training. Okay. Your inner guide is starting to be heard, I think. Your inner guide was always there, so it's not like you just, you may have just discovered it, but it's always been there. Waiting for you to start listening. That may be why you got judgment in reverse, because you weren't listening, or you're just beginning to learn how to listen, and you probably have a lot of doubts about it right now. Stepping stones, the process of arrival, step by step. Keep going, baby steps, progress, spiritual growth. There's definitely a lot of spiritual growth going on with you. I mean, you got the spiritual guidance and protection card in your tea leaves, and it's showing up in a variety of ways in these cards as well. This and this, complicated circumstances, tangled up, all tied up, conundrum, string along, puzzling. I'm sure you are very puzzled because we did have the Eight of Swords. It is in reverse, but that doesn't mean you're, completely clear on that yet. Interesting. Once again, inner guidance. Your inner guidance is there. I don't think you're completely paying attention to it because you had judgment in reverse. It's there. It's trying to talk to you. It's like winning a jackpot, having your inner guidance come online. I mean, it's always been online. It's been working. You just haven't been listening. Inner knowing, true path, clarity, hope, certainty, confidence, protection. You or the person on your mind is a male. Oops. Home, belonging, roots, comfort, safety, family, traditions. Structured, buildings, shelter, boundaries. Let's see what else comes out. Sorry, I'm trying to just move these up. They're sticking to each other. All right, it looks like you've been doing some healing. You are perhaps learning to or wanting to express yourself. And we had all those cards about messages. Perhaps written communication. I don't think these cards have anything in them about, well, yeah, there is some mention of social media on some of them. But anyway, so self-expression. It looks like your subconscious is really trying to get through to you. Your intuition. What's fantasy? What's real? Perhaps your shadows, shadow self. Call for shadow work, maybe. This could be inner child work too. In general, it looks like a lot of healing. You've got new beginnings. This is a beginning card too. So 2 or 3 beginning cards, 2 or 3 inner guidance cards. But I think there's still a struggle going on inside you. Inner demons. I think it all boils down to the 8 of Swords in reverse. This is interesting. The Crow says remembering. They're also associated with magic, of course, and mystery. Being observant. And of course, they're very intelligent. Independence. Are you good at being independent? Actually, that's the first time that's come out. I don't recall seeing any other cards on independence, just on learning to listen to your inner guide, your inner guiding light, inner knowing, true path, clarity, hope, certainty, core values, confidence, protection. And that broke open on... This is time alone. This is isolated. Okay. I'm not sure whether you're lonely or learning to be independent. Apparently you feel like you're on a quest. Oop. Quest for success. Well, that one's been trying to come out. The cards are being very difficult. Okay. I get this card a lot. I think I'll call it my impatience card. So we have standoff, non-committal, holding back, delay tactics, refusing to compromise. Or is it refusing to commit? Because we have a diamond ring here. Proposal, engagement, moving to the next level, partnership, statement of intent, marriage, union. Does not have to be marriage. Get going, pressure's on, urgent, do it now. I think this is just a lot of impatience. Not necessarily the right time to act, though. I think it is time to learn. Yeah. You saw that, right? What came out just as I said learn? Destiny, spirituality, divine guidance, trials. You probably are going through all kinds of trials. So the Judgment card is, you know, a card of spiritual awakening. So I think you are going through an awakening, or you have been going through an awakening for a while, and you have lessons to learn. You have to become the lion and learn your lessons, your spiritual lessons. Learn to listen to divine guidance. Learn to deal with emotional loss, sorrow, duty, crisis, fate, and wisdom. You have to gain wisdom. Heart-centered keeps coming out to me too. What is that about? A detour. Uh-oh. Illness. You did have illness come out in your tea leaves. So maybe there is something going on health-wise for you that is significant. Of course, it also says deteriorate, loss, theft, reduction, filth, decay. Why this card keeps coming out? Success. Perhaps it's trying to tell you not to worry so much. You did get angels looking over you, watching over you. Okay, that's weird. I could have sworn one of these cards said Akashic Records, but I don't see it now. Hidden things, mystery, philosophy, intellectual knowledge, education, secrets, unknown, manuscripts. Welcome, alert, arrival, announce, someone is coming, invite, transition, opportunity knocks, watch for the red flags, be prepared, proceed with caution. This feels like a very, very indecisive reading. I think you're neither here nor there. There is nothing definite here. Let's just get you some archetype cards and leave it at that. I don't think now is the time for you to act. I suspect you are the Page of Wands person. So whether there is a maturity issue or an experience issue, it looks like there's a lot more for you to do right now. Is that a blue eye or a green eye? It's kind of a blue-green eye. Mostly blue. I think it's mostly blue. Okay. We have 53, 65, and 27. Starting with 53, because it came out first. The riddle. The puzzle, the question, the mystery. I think you are very puzzled. That's what I'm getting from this reading. It feels like maybe you're going around in circles. When the riddle is present, one must stop searching for the right answer, in quotations. It cannot be found, and ultimately it is not important. Rather, there must be a shift from the literal to the metaphorical, from logic to mythic. You are thinking too small and literally about this situation. The riddle card appears when the energy is deep and mysterious, like the elusive wisdom the elusive wisdom in a Zen koan. Focusing harder won't do it. Neither will increased effort. Time, surrender, and humor are your only allies. What feels like the most pressing dilemma won't reveal its deeper wisdom for a long time. Eventually, you'll learn a profound lesson from the riddle. For now, get comfortable with the limitations of your intellect and the reality of not knowing. It may, in fact, be the only reality there is. When light, a great awakening or aha moment. Don't you love it when they do that? Oh, when dark, manipulation, deceit, trickery. Ponder these koans. The coin that's lost in the river is found in the river. If you meet the Buddha, kill the Buddha. Who am I? The only way to work with a riddle successfully is to not work. Okay. I wish you all the luck with that. Next up, 65. Here we go. The prayer. The worship, the reverence, the homage. What is prayer? When are we in a state of prayer, and when are we not? To whom and what do we pray? Archetypally, the practice of prayer has been with us since the dawn of time as a remedy for the omnipresent self-centered thinking that spins us toward illusion. Prayer leads us beyond our ego as we move from our little story to the big one. Some say we are in a state of prayer anytime we are not the center of our own thoughts. Others say prayer is a natural result of gratitude. Perhaps it is simply surrender or service. Whatever prayer is for you, this card reminds us of its importance. Get quiet, low, humble, and soft. Bow and touch the ground as your heart lifts to the sky. Though it may be uncomfortable, it is time. Nothing else will do. Okay. That's what we got from the Judgment in Reverse card. So, remarkable consistency here. When light, offering to be of service, asking for guidance. When dark, expecting results, self-aggrandizement. Experiment with the art of bowing down. Nearly all spiritual traditions make a practice of prostration. There have been studies done with the effects of posture on altered states of consciousness. Don't ask me about any details. That's all I remember. But it might be worth looking into. Every song, kiss, breath, word can become a prayer. It is a feeling, not an action. Consider the ancient mantra, Ong. I think it's Ong. Is it one or Ong? One? This G could be an E. I'm a little confused. Ong Namo Yoro Deo Kaku. The print is so tiny. I bow to the creative consciousness within. I bow to the teacher within. Oh, Guru Dev Namo? Namo? Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. I think that's what it says. I'm not familiar with that one. Okay. I bow. Stop searching for the right answer. Accept. Pray. Pray. And finally, 27. I think you are someone who will have or is having a hard time with surrender. Here we go. The unseen, the ancestor, the spirit, the eternal. The unseen is just as it sounds. We cannot see it, yet it sees us, watching and waiting with wisdom, both kind and instructive. We feel this presence, sense it, intuit it, and then doubt its existence, though it rallies our attention time and time again. The energy of the unseen may come in many forms: a compelling dream, a sudden insight, a clear voice, a vision or message from a loved one who has passed on to the other side. It is natural to fear these communications as they challenge our perception of what is real. When this card appears, your guides are near. The eternal is present. The doorway between worlds is ajar. Listen. The sounds may seem as though they come from a distant land, but they call from your innermost chambers. When light, clairvoyant, guidance, whispers of wisdom. When dark, looming energy, unwillingness to forgive. Being graced by the unseen is a gift. Treat it kindly. Allow yourself to be seen by eternal eyes. It is a little scary, isn't it? Guidance comes in many forms. Don't expect it to be glittery or comfortable. The spirit world speaks the truth. Sometimes it soothes, and sometimes it burns. All right. You probably feel like you're going around and around in circles because you are. I think this sums it up nicely. You have these perhaps main points of understanding, but I don't think they're comfortable for you. So you go back around hoping to get a different answer. Because you have to surrender. So I am wishing you all the best, and well, you already know what to do. Keep going. It's worth it in the end.